When getting fit is the goal, this all or nothing thinking can really keep you from truly embodying that image that you so badly crave. Welcome back to another video. My name is Audrey, and my mission goal is to inspire broader awareness so that people feel empowered to make their own choices. And in this video, you'll learn how this all or nothing mindset could potentially be keeping you from getting the results you want, and how to develop a new approach that works with you instead. Little about me: I'm a health and wellness coach / network marketer partnered with the #1 nutrition company in the world. I am a nationally qualified bikini competitor, bodybuilder, using an evidence-based approach, and a questioner of life. I love to ask questions and delve into the spiritual aspect, physical aspect, metaphysical aspect, all that fun stuff. So before we get started, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel for more awareness expanding content, and press a little bell notification to be notified every time I post. The goal is 3 times a week. So have you ever thought to yourself, I'll start my diet when I have more time to focus on it? Or if I can't do it right, why bother? Or I know when I get the groove of being fit, I'll be great, but right now life is just too hectic. Yeah, me too. I remember I wouldn't even bother stepping into the gym if my diet wasn't on point, because I felt like I was working out for nothing. And if you're anything like me, or a lot of my clients or people I've met, you have fallen into the trap of the all or nothing mindset. Now, I actually don't think this is a completely bad thing. Some personalities thrive off of rigidity and structure. But for the rest of us who don't really work that way, or don't believe we work that way, we have to find a way to control our minds and our mindset, as opposed to our mindset controlling us. So here's the awareness part of it. The all or nothing mindset is a way of thinking in absolutes. Yes or no, good or bad, on or off. There's no in between or shades of gray. I had a client tell me once that they were going on a trip and that they always eat bad when they are not in their routine or in their home space. So they had to put the diet on pause until they get back and can focus on it. And this is a perfect example of absolutes, because they say they always eat bad. Imagine going into a trip thinking you always eat bad, so that's the first thing you're going to do. Kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe you're going to eat bad, you're going to do that. If you agree that we're spiritual beings living a human experience, you would also agree that our beliefs create our reality. So we will be living that out. A definition I read of all or nothing thinking is that it's a cognitive distortion. Cognitive meaning the way you understand, think, perceive, and distortion meaning irrational. When getting fit is the goal, this all or nothing thinking can really keep you from truly embodying that image that you so badly crave. 1 minute you're on fire, nothing can stop you. It's all chicken, salads, hours and hours of cardio workouts, all that good stuff. And one day you miss your alarm and you skip breakfast, so you pick up fast food breakfast and your diet is shot for the rest of the day because you already messed up. Typically, it shouldn't be such a big deal. You can just jump right on track, but with this all or nothing mindset, it's either all in or all out. This mistake could leave you to messing up the entire day. So why is this such a big deal? For one, you're setting yourself up for failure. If your goal vision is a perfect day, nothing stopping you, nothing going wrong, everything going by time, everything going exactly as you planned, which we can all agree doesn't really happen because we are human, then anything less than perfect is failure. And again, we're human. Things don't always go as planned, but we get to adjust to that, and we have more power when we have that awareness. And 2, it's a vicious cycle of starting, stalling, and stopping. You create this habit of starting and doing well, and then just completely stopping, starting, doing well, completely stopping, waiting for the right time, and then the right time never comes. And that's the cycle that you are used to, that you flow with. That is the habit of yes, no, up, down, up, down. It also creates a feeling of untrustworthiness within yourself. You feel like you can't keep your word, you can't keep your diet, and that just kind of brings on a feeling of disempowerment and you no longer care to try. You can't trust yourself because you think you can't stick to your words. Here are a few concepts you can better understand that may help shift this all or nothing mindset to something that better serves you. Number one is understanding the relationship between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Your thoughts have an impact on the emotions you feel and the actions you take. Your emotions affect your thoughts and your actions influence your thoughts and your emotions. We'll probably talk a lot about this in the future videos, but for right now, this is in relation to physical results. Number two, learn to identify the all or nothing thoughts and verbiage. Before you can change thoughts, negative thoughts, or any type of thoughts, you must first be aware that you're thinking in this sort of way or speaking in this sort of way. Whether you're thinking to yourself or talking to someone else, be mindful of the words you use that suggest absolutes like impossible, never, perfect, ruin, things like that. Some examples of this all or nothing words could be, I do really well during the day, but I always mess up at, or I never make it past 3 weeks without messing up my diet. Now is not a good time. There's too much going on. I'll wait for a better time to start my diet. Or my personal favorite, I'm not on my diet, so working out will basically be for nothing. 3, identify the stories you tell and the emotions you feel. So whether the thought was subconscious or automatic, like you didn't intentionally think that, you've identified it. Now you can recognize the feeling you get when you think this thought. So along with thinking, it's impossible to keep this diet going, I'll restart when I have more time to focus on it. You might also think to yourself, this always happens. I'm never able to stick to a diet because something comes up. Now, notice the words always and never, thinking in absolutes. So with thinking about these thoughts and the feelings that go with it, you might feel overwhelmed with all the things you have going on that you can't focus. You might be frustrated that this diet might be another failed attempt. You might be angry at yourself that you don't have the discipline that other people seem to have. Or you might feel disheartened that something always gets in the way. You're not able to get what you want. And maybe you've even felt a sense of relief that you don't have to commit to something that's hard. Or you can avoid the feelings of discomfort that come with habit change. Whatever emotion you're feeling, identify it, write it down. If you find that helps, get it out of your head and on paper. And number 4, describe or identify the result that comes from thinking this thought and feeling this emotion. So you had time to focus on you and your health for a little bit before things started getting wild, and now that time is gone. So now you're thinking, it's impossible to stick to this diet, I have to wait for the perfect time, or I'll wait till I have more time to focus on it and give it my full attention. And that thought triggered feelings of being overwhelmed, frustrated, angry, disheartened. Now when you see the action that comes from that, it's kind of easy to guess what will happen next. You're gonna quit, you're gonna stop. Once we see how our thoughts and our emotions and our actions kind of link together, now the question is, how do we change our thoughts? Changing your thoughts will bring up different emotions. Different emotions may result in different results. So to change your initial thoughts, they might be automatic, they might be subconscious, whatever the case may be, learned. You have to challenge them with different thoughts and replace them with different thoughts. So to challenge your original thoughts or challenge anything, ask questions. Questions like, is this statement true for me? Is it really impossible for me to stick to a diet? Does being successful really mean that I have to give 100% attention to what I'm doing? Is there anyone similar to me, a mom, a dad, a student, a college student, obese, overweight? Is there anyone like me that was successful in sticking with their diet? If your brother, sister, mom, family member that you love asked you how to stick to their diet when things got busy, would you tell them it's impossible? By asking questions, you start to see how your actions and results are based upon a skewed rationale. One that feels right at the moment but isn't true. But realizing that your initial thoughts aren't necessarily true isn't always a reason to change them. And this could have some benefits for people in the aspect of protecting them. So the advantages to sticking with these beliefs is you don't have to face the discomfort of sticking to a diet. You don't have to challenge yourself and potentially fail again, which people are scared of failure, or even see what happens, what good happens. You don't have to worry about being aware of the food you eat or trying a little bit harder with creating recipes or going on Pinterest, look at some recipes. You don't have to plan your meals ahead of time. You can just grab whatever you want. You don't have to be responsible of being intentional with putting some time aside to meal prep or whatever anybody else likes to do. You don't have to tell your friends no about going out to drink, or I don't know what people do nowadays that aren't the healthiest things in the world. And you don't have to, again, put time aside for exercise or meal prepping or picking up some water to drink. You don't have to go out of your normal habitual routine, and you don't have to try and put effort towards getting out of that routine. So you have to decide if changing your beliefs are worth it to you, or if there's more advantages to staying where you are and being comfortable in that routine. And 6, choose a new thought. So you identify the thought and you can replace the thought with something better. So if it's kind of like two sides of the same coin. If you know what's bad, you can switch it to what's good. So a way to do that is to start with the action that you want to take and work your way back to the thought. So you know how thoughts, emotions, actions are all connected? We can start with the action we want to take. What emotion could we feel while taking that action? And what thought would produce that type of emotion? So say you wanted your action to be sticking to your diet, being consistent, doing all those healthy lifestyle things. You might feel optimistic that you'll be able to stick with the diet and see changes even though things are busy. You might feel eager to prove to yourself that you can do it. You might feel confident in approaching a plan to get you to where you want to be. And you might feel interested to see how the weeks go, how you progress, how your body changes. So after you gather those feelings that you want to feel, go ahead and brainstorm the type of thoughts that would make you feel that sort of way. Some thoughts would be, the goal is progress, not perfection. Or if you fail, at least you're failing forward. Little by little becomes a lot. That was one of my favorite ones to repeat to myself. There's a quote I like that said, baby steps is still moving forward. I don't look back. I don't look forward. Right now, I'm focusing on this one choice, one thing I have to do. And my favorite is not that serious. Just choose thoughts and beliefs that you can get behind and that make you feel good. So my favorite, it's not that serious, how I love to relate it and say it. When we get a better understanding of the big picture things, and again, for the sake of this video, we're going to speak in physical results. But once you get an understanding that no food is good or bad, that calories are just energy, we release, or for me, we release the shackles of I have to eat this sort of food, or I can't have this food, or these things are bad and if I eat them, my diet is ruined. Instead, the relief that it's not that serious translates into the relief that you can enjoy the foods you want to eat without the negative or bad effects, as long as you're meeting your caloric intake. So eating one donut, instead of making you feel guilty, now it can make you feel empowered that it fits your macros. And it brings the best of both worlds. Enjoyment and the reassurance that you're doing the dang thing. And again, of course, there are different factors to this whole dieting process, but this is more in the sense of thinking and resonating in a way that better serves you instead of disempowers you, so that you can move forward and get the results that you'd like. If you found yourself speaking in absolutes, having that all or nothing mindset, letting it get you down, go ahead and comment in the comments below what that was for you, and if you've gotten over that, how did you do it, or if this video could help you take that next step to believing in yourself and getting the results you want. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you got any value from it or enjoyed the different perspective, go ahead and like it, give it a thumbs up. Or at the same token, if this was a miss for you, go ahead and dislike it. It'll give me some feedback as well. And last but not least, go ahead and subscribe for more content. I can't wait to see more of you guys. And lastly, let's connect. I have my other social media sites in the description below. Love to connect with you guys. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.